Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Parallel. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about the reasons why I believe Parallel will absolutely run in a crypto bull market, and some of the reasons why I think you as the viewer here should be paying attention to what the Parallel project is doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through just some of the data that I've posted about Parallel in the last 3 weeks. So the first 3 weeks of November, this is all that's happened in the Parallel ecosystem. And it's again, reasons why I think you as the audience should be informed of what else is going on out there in Web3 and make an informed decision if you would like to participate or not in this ecosystem. And before we hop into these details here, which I think are going to be very interesting, I'll just make two quick notes. One, if you are interested in playing Parallel and getting introduced to the game and giving it a try, there's a link in the video description below that will get you signed up for Parallel, that will get you 2 free apparition packs to get started, and well on your way, along with creator deck codes that you can link with Epic Games, which I have a video on my channel as well. And these are good things, obviously, to do to get in here and get in early. Now, secondly, the thing I'll also mention in the video description below is a link to my X or Twitter, and there we post a lot of real-time Web3 gaming and play and earn updates on games such as Parallel. So definitely be sure to follow me on X if you want to get all the latest and greatest news. Now, what I want to talk here about Parallel specifically, I'm just going to walk through some of my feed, some of the content here that's happened in just the last 3 weeks, and this is going to kind of paint a picture of what Parallel is doing here. Now, I know a lot of my audience here on this channel on YouTube has come from a Splinterlands background, and what I can say is what really excites me about Parallel, and specifically why I'm creating content on my channel about Parallel, is because all the things I had hoped Splinterlands would be, could be, should be, hopefully will be, is what Parallel is actually delivering, executing, and making happen. And this is why I'm kind of excited about the Parallel project. That being said, can Splinterlands rally and do some of these things and be the project that I think we all would want Splinterlands to be? Yes, I think they can, but I want to focus this video specifically on Parallel and what this team and ecosystem is doing, because they are firing on all cylinders here. And let's hop into some of the data here. So working backwards on our timeline here, this is the first thing to be excited about when it comes to the Parallel game, the ecosystem, and what could happen moving forward in 2025 and beyond, and why I think this is very bullish for Parallel is we have day 2 happening today of the Yield Guild Games Play Summit Showdown. This is part of the Parallel Esports Tournament series. They had over 400 viewers on Twitch today. They dropped an exclusive airdrop for viewers on Twitch for the event here, and they gave away $100,000 US in prizes just for this one tournament here. And this occurred in the Philippines and Manila specifically, and was a big event here. You can see here, you can see, I guess we'll do a quick video. This is some of the lines here going into the event here in the Philippines. Lots of people lined up here getting ready for the audience just to watch the tournament being casted and streamed live. So it's definitely an exciting vibe here in the Philippines for this event. You can see there's a lot of people excited about that. Again, what we talked about earlier, they did drop on OpenSea for anyone that watched the Twitch stream today, an exclusive NFT card back for your deck in Parallel as just like a thank you to the community for watching the event. And that's kind of a nice thing. You're going to see a trend here of these type of things being offered to the community that shows up and participates here. It really drives, I think, a lot of positive sentiment in the Parallel community. Here you can see what's coming up here in Las Vegas at the HyperX Arena. I know Splinterfest folks are going to be familiar with HyperX at the Luxor in Las Vegas. The final event for the competitive event series here for Parallel for 2024 is actually happening in March at the HyperX Arena, and they're going to be giving $250,000 in prizes away at this event, which you as a new Parallel player could technically still qualify for and be there in March. But I will say you would have a little bit of an uphill climb to learn the meta and compete at that level, because there's some serious competitors in these tournaments, but it's definitely still possible. You can see here, you know, they're talking about a serious event here at the HyperX Arena, which should be pretty interesting. What's also happening in Parallel, it's happening November 23rd, so just in about 2 days here as of the release of this video. Their expansion set Aftermath is going to drop here. One pack of 10 cards is going to cost 11 Prime tokens per pack. There's a total pack size or pack here of 46,000, which will be the maximum that'll be minted, which is pretty exciting. Again, Parallel is different than Splinterlands in that you only need 40 cards to complete your deck. And obviously, if you use NFTs, that's going to allow you to earn. These are all NFTs, and this is the newest set. But in addition to this new set, it's not just about the new set that's coming out here. There's a lot of hype along this new set. They had a free Aftermath card that they released to anyone in the ecosystem that wanted it as a faucet here. They gave away a free promo card here on base, which was nice. And you can see here, they did a really nice job. This is my actual recording of my opening of this Lightfoot Treads card here. Really nice animation, really nice effects here for this particular faucet or promo card giveaway. And here you can see here, this is what the pack opening is going to look like if you open an Aftermath pack. This will give you an idea of some of the quality that not only goes into the game, but also, you know, just the experience for new and existing players, and also into the card art. There's a lot of nice cards that are going to be part of this 90 card set. So that's a pretty epic card opening experience for a pack opening in Parallel. That's pretty sweet. Here's also what's interesting for Aftermath for this particular set that's interesting. I talked about it in my last video. There's going to be the ability to pull an alpha tier or beta tier token from these packs. And basically, these are kind of like lotto tickets here. When you pull one of these packs, you get a possible chance to pull one of these tokens, and if you do, you can immediately redeem it on the website for first come, first serve, whatever is available on the shelves of the alpha tier list or the beta tier list. You can see here they're giving away 24 masterpiece cards, which are 1-of-1 card prints, which are really, really awesome. Those usually, I mean, I've seen those sell for Battle Pass masterpieces for over an ETH a piece. Prime variants here, there's 428 prime variants in the alpha tier, and there's 50 parallel avatars up for grabs as well. That's going to get you access to the colony beta testing here. It's going to happen in early 2025. Those are selling for roughly $900 to $1,000 each right now. And that's kind of after they've been knocked down a little bit in the bear market. Beta tiers, you're going to get access to native language legendary cards and special edition cards if you pull a beta tier token. So this is kind of a nice benefit for those, you know, if you get in early, get one of these tokens, you know, you get your pick of whatever is in these tier stores. And yeah, it's pretty nice. In addition, in Aftermath here, They've introduced a new concept here of supply caches from a gameplay perspective. I guess you could consider these kind of like zero mana cards in Splinterlands if you're more familiar with Splinterlands and Parallel. Basically what these supply caches are going to do is once you draw those, they're immediately played out of your draw, and they're going to mostly be some pretty nice effects here for you for those cards that are new to this set. In addition here, what's very interesting, we talked about this I think in my previous video as well, Parallel is going to cache 70% of all Prime collected for the Aftermath pre-sale and public sale here. And by caching all of that Prime, it's going to make all of that Prime generate basically prompt airdrops. So the prompt token is for the AI Wayfinder project, and when that has a token generation event, which is predicted to be in 2025, anyone who has bought a pack will get their share of the prompt token airdrop, in addition to obviously the packs that they bought. So this is really a nice effect that they're doing here to take that Prime token, add it to the Wayfinder airdrop, and allow pack buyers here to get a part of that airdrop token airdrop back to them as kind of like a rebate or refund on their purchases here for Aftermath packs. Additionally here, you can see that because of all the new players that have been onboarded into Parallel recently, they have increased gameplay emissions for the Prime token for reward pools from November onward, which is great to see that scaling up and happening. You can also see here that to celebrate the Aftermath expansion, the Parallel DAO here is going to basically have a $10,000 Prime pool of prizes here. So if you buy an Aftermath pack here in December, you purchase a premium battle pass in the game, and you finish in the top 50% of ranked players for the month of December, basically you're going to get a share of that 10,000 Prime. And Prime's probably hovering around $8 right now. So that's roughly $80,000 US in tokens that they're going to be giving out in December to players of their game that are participating in the ecosystem, which is also nice to see. What's also interesting here is that Echelon Foundation, which is essentially the Prime DAO here, has announced that they're partnering with B3.Fun to scale the Prime ecosystem. I'm just going to play this video here and we'll talk about it. So Prime Chain, it was just announced, I guess yesterday, so November 20th, as part of the YGG event. And it's not, I don't have full details here, but what I can gather is it's going to be used for the Tau Study project from a perspective of transactions and, it could be a node-based system. I really don't know much details. No one really does, as far as I understand all the details here on Prime Chain yet. It's going to be more forthcoming, the details here. But what's interesting about this announcement of Prime Chain, you already have Parallel, the card game, the TCG on Base. So that's on an Ethereum layer 2. The Colony project, which is going to be on mobile, is also, well, its blockchain is Solana. So Colony will be on Solana. And then the Tau Study project looks to be on Prime Chain as part of the B3.Fun layers here. So it's going to be interesting to see what this means for Prime and for Parallel, but definitely having cross-chain functionality here across ETH, Solana, and now this Prime Chain being announced. We're going to see a lot of I would say access and availability to the Prime and Parallel ecosystems across blockchains, which is interesting to see. What's also interesting to see is that Parallel has crossed the 5 million games played mark. That's pretty significant because Parallel games can take a little bit longer. They're probably average about 10 to 15 minutes in duration. So that's a significant amount of game time that's been logged here. And you can see here what's also interesting are the website signups this week. 7,226 new players signed up to play Parallel this week, which is averaging here, over 1,000 signups a day. What they also mention is that their conversion rate to verified signups to new players, daily players, is 40%, which is really, really nice. So of those, let's say 1,000 players a day that sign up to try out the game, about 400 are sticking around and continuing to play it, which is a great sign for the game's expansion. And here, shout out to Steve. Steve had posted a question here talking about what he was seeing in the ladder with some surrenders and stuff from players. And you have immediately within an hour of Steve posting this question, you have a Parallel team member here saying that they're looking into it to see what's going on there and seeing what Steve might be seeing there. So you've got not only a very active community on X or Twitch, or excuse me, X or Twitter, but you have them actually responding to comments, inquiries, and concerns, which is what you definitely want to see from a team here. Now, it's also interesting here. Parallel has kicked off earlier this month mobile testing. So they're testing, I believe, Parallel on iOS and Android. So moving to those platforms outside of PCs. They just announced last month the ability to play Parallel in the cloud with a service that's free, in which, for those that had Macs that weren't able to play on the PC client, they can now play on a Mac using cloud servers to play Parallel. And it looks like very soon we'll have mobile unleashed to the masses as well, which will be a huge boost to the player base. Additionally, what you can see here is a post from Parallel earlier this month on November 11th, where I'm not going to read everything to you here, but the Parallel founding team has decided to deposit all their tokens, cash vested, unclaimed, and otherwise, into a new trustless contract that vests 10% annually over 10 years, re-emphasizing the fact that this project and its dev team and founders and employees are here for the long term. They're not going to just dump on new investors coming in a bull market. They're going to have a very protracted 10-year release schedule for those tokens, and because they believe in the project and what they're building here, which is great to see from a team perspective. What you can see here is you can see a video here of Colony. Colony is going to be going into beta in 2025. Q1 is what we're saying. I'm going to play this video here and see a little bit of what Colony looks like on a mobile device.
Agent activated.
Welcome to the Colony player. Since our last update on the game, our teams have made great progress all around. Colony is now fully playable on both iOS and Android devices. We have created richer worlds, expanded our avatars collection, and designed new and engaging NPCs you'll interact with. There are now many more activities and challenges waiting for you. We look forward to welcoming you to Colony very soon.
So I stand corrected, it's alpha in Q1, not beta. So it's alpha in Q1, but that's going to be very interesting to see. And again, Colony is the second game in the Prime ecosystem here, which is coming out in alpha in Q1 of next year. Here's another video of some of the gameplay. This uses AI quite heavily.
In this Colony update, we're excited to spotlight the characters our team has been developing. Meet the first roster of NPCs who will bring the universe to life alongside your Parallel avatars. First, Seraphina Bolger, once a top manager for the Syndicate, now the Colony clerk. After surviving a deadly attack, she traded high-stakes science for stability, leading the Colony with precision and strength. M03, also known as Mo. a retired combat bot turned bartender. Once guarding trade ships, now mixing drinks and stories, he's serving up more than just the finest in the colony. Jerome Gim, former syndicate man turned colony trader. From hustling in Sanctuary's underbelly to running the colony's trading post, he's got an eye for deals and a taste for the finer things in life. Additionally, our art team has been hard at work developing a new set of characters for players who don't yet own avatars. We can't wait to reveal more NPCs and characters as we continue to expand Colony.
So Colony is going to be very interesting from a gameplay perspective. It's going to be a great, I think, combination of AI meets, mobile gaming meets, crypto and Web3 gaming. So that's going to be very interesting to see what that looks like moving forward. And then here, we can see here is the AI Wayfinder project here, which is using AI-powered agents. And this is what the prompt token is going to be for the token generation event later. This is a quick demo here. I think it's a minute here or so. We're just going to talk through how, for example, the AI agent can be used on your phone using agents or pathways for crypto to be able to do essentially very effortless crypto bridging, trading, and maneuvering with your wallets. Let's take a look at this.
Good morning, Midas. How are we doing today?
Good morning, sir. We completed a couple of transactions while you were sleeping. Here's your recap. We also purchased 2 Bitcoin after the Federal Reserve announced plans to print more money. I've included a link to the article below. How else can I assist you today, sir?
Let's take a look at the majors, please. Looks like Sol is performing really well.
Yes, sir. We have seen a material increase in its value over the last 20 days.
Let's go ahead and bridge that USDC we made on selling the ETH and buy Sol with it.
Yes, sir. Purchasing 150,000 USDC of Sol. Purchase confirmed. Anything else I can do for you, sir?
Maybe just keep an eye on the price of WIF for me. If it moves 10% in any 48-hour period, please let me know.
I will keep an eye on it for you.
Thanks, Midas.
You're most welcome, sir.
So if you go to the AI Wayfinder page or you follow them on X or Twitter, you can actually see demos of the agents and the pathways being used. This is more of a concept of using AI voice recognition and language models here to facilitate the UX or the interface for the AI Wayfinder. But if you actually look at their Pathfinder programming and what they can do here with agents between cryptocurrency networks, and it's pretty impressive. So definitely take a look at that. That's also very exciting, because that is also part of the token generation event that you're getting by holding Prime or buying Aftermath packs here this year. And this last update here, talking about bonds, and I've talked about this on my streams before as well. It's actually something that I'm participating in. Just want to quickly re-highlight this fact that you, as a parallel player having no investment in the game, just signing up using the link in the video description below, you could join a bond, which is essentially a guild within the parallel ecosystem, and get access immediately to borrow NFT cards to complete a deck and play ranked battles and earn Prime. Basically, by doing so, you don't pay any upfront fees to rent those cards or use those cards. Essentially, what happens is any Prime that you earned, basically a commission of, I believe it's 15 to 20% from your Prime earnings, are what gets routed back to the bond sponsors here, who actually own the cards that they're lending to you. So if you think about it, if you're a Splinterlands player, you pay if you play in the Wild League. In addition to Wild Pass, you pay XBot or Archmage, for example, if you use automation in those leagues, anywhere between 30 to 20% probably, depending on which kind of token you have for that automated play. But with the bond system in parallel, you don't have to rent cards for DEC or for real cash. You just join a bond, you select the cards that you want to borrow on a weekly basis, you play the game, you earn, and then of that earnings, let's say you were to earn 5 prime, basically 15 to 20%, I forget the exact percentage, like let's say 1 prime would then go to the bond, you get the other 4 and change prime for yourself. You haven't paid any money up front or to anyone. Basically, that's just free prime to you for playing the game and participating in the bond. It provides passive income to those in the bond that have assets that they're lending out that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And you as a player can play with cards without having to buy them. So it's a really great system. I participate in it. I'm part of the Paragon's Alliance bond program, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's something I want to mention here because we talk about onboarding the masses. Well, this is one way that Parallel is set to do that. What we just went through there are just some of the highlights from the Parallel X or Twitter feed in just the last 3 weeks. They have been doing a ton of work across the ecosystem, announcing a lot of exciting things. And it's just one of the many reasons that I believe Parallel will absolutely run in a crypto bull market. So I put this out here as information. It's not financial advice. It's definitely something that I would encourage my viewers to look into, do your own research, and maybe give it a try. If you want to give it a try, you can use the link in the video description below. Definitely be sure to follow me on X and make sure you get the latest updates on all things Web3, crypto, play and earn, and Parallel, and keep stacking those stats.